Good morning, sirs and ma'ams. For those of you who are new here, thank you so much. And to my subscribers that have been here, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Now, you may have noticed, I don't know if you did or not, but yesterday, my YouTube went down for a while there. It was completely gone. It was shut down. And that is due to malware. So, the night before, I was having trouble sleeping, as I think a lot of us have. And I downloaded a Bible app on Android. I have Android. The app was called Bible Launcher, something or other. Holy Bible Launcher, that's what it was called. But it was 100% malware. And as soon as I got it onto my phone, it started playing Bible verses. And I was like, this is kind of nice. And then my whole screen just tanked. So I opened my phone up and everything had changed on my phone. I went to uninstall this app and I couldn't. My phone literally would not allow me to do so. So I'd shut my phone off immediately, ran over to my computer to start changing all my passwords, and my Google account had been deleted already. So that was how my Monday night went. And how my Tuesday went was trying to figure out how to get this malware off of my device, because I've never had malware before. And also setting up 2-step verification, 3-step verification, and more for every single one of my accounts. Now, my phone's good. What you do is you turn your phone off, and then you start it up in safe mode, which puts on airplane mode, and then you find the app and then delete it. Now, to make sure that there's nothing left on your phone of the malware, you have to factory reset your phone. And I know that sucks, but that's just part of the process of learning. So for those of you looking at apps, Holy Bible apps, or any apps that you see to be, well, something that you'd be interested in, something that doesn't seem malicious or anything like that, just be aware that even the most genuinely nice apps that you're looking for could, in fact, be malware. So yeah, that was how my Monday night went, and my Tuesday went, resetting everything, having to go to Xfinity. It was a mess. I just wanted you all to be aware of this situation. All right, now what are we going over today? Well, ABC had some funny words for the texts that this piece of shit sent his lover, right? They had some interesting words. We're going to be going over Destiny and what he had to say. Destiny is a streamer, and he's not a very nice person. And we're also going to be going over some college students and what they had to say about Charlie Kirk's death. Stand by. Yes, I don't know what ABC is trying to get at here with their audience, and you know that their audience are mostly far left viewers, you know what I mean? I'm going to reiterate, not all Democrats are far leftists. A lot of them are actually in the Democrat Party because, in my opinion, they don't understand what's actually going on with the politics of it. I talked to somebody recently who said that they literally just voted for Kamala Harris, not because she was a good candidate, in their opinion. It was because she wasn't Trump, right? So it's not about the politics. It's about the big hearts of some of these people, right? Because I have friends that are Democrats, and a lot of them do have big hearts. They've just been manipulated. So ABC said the texts between this kid and his lover were touching.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship, with him repeatedly calling his roommate who was transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love.
Yeah, so we see what ABC is doing here. They're trying to humanize this guy when we know this guy was a psychopath. He was a complete narcissist. I mean, it's no wonder that a lot of people on the left right now are refusing to do any digging or looking into who Charlie Kirk really was, because they can't be proven wrong. These people they have narcissistic tendencies, I'm telling you. Now, as you can see from this, he says, I'm sorry, but he didn't say I'm sorry for actually committing the crime. He said I'm sorry because he was afraid of the repercussions that his roommate or his lover had viewed him differently after he had taken out Charlie Kirk, right? Now, what else can we see here? I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back my grandpa's rifle. Now, to know what a psychopath is, we have to look at definitions, and I 100%, after the evidence that we've seen so far, think that this guy not only has some mental health issues going on, but I think he's also a psychopath. But the definition of a psychopath is an individual with a serious personality disorder characterized by a severe lack of empathy and remorse, egocentricity, manipulation, and antisocial or criminal behavior, often masked by superficial charm. Now, what else do we know about this guy? Well, we know he was very delusional. He literally thought he was going to grow old in the civilian sector, not going to prison, not facing the death penalty for the heinous crime that he committed, for the worst crime that you can commit. In this day and age, this guy thought he would have gotten away with it, and it's insane. It's insane to me. And imagine if they haven't caught him yet, what he would have been seeing on the internet with people praising his actions. He would 100% have done this again. And who knows how many people on the far left are looking at all these celebrations thinking, I kind of want to be famous. Let me think about doing this. Now, to circle back to what I was saying, which is ABC is humanizing a complete psychopath and a murderer, right? It's touching what he said. His love, that's so amazing. No, F that guy. The guy's sick. The guy should have never been humanized, and your audience is listening to you. And some of these people in the audience are also psychopaths, so they can see now that if they do a heinous act, ABC will talk about them as if they're some type of loving, caring person. It's pretty sick. It's psychological warfare, and it's manipulation from the mainstream media. And that's why people are turning off their TVs and starting to listen to people like me, because I say it how it is with facts and evidence rather than saying, well, this guy it was touching his love. I guarantee his roommate never wants to see or talk to him ever again, because he knows of the extreme violence that this guy is capable of. All right, now moving forward, Destiny, this tool of a guy, this liar of an individual, he has been banned from Twitch from his responses to Charlie Kirk's death on X, and he was recently on Piers Morgan, and yeah, check this out.
Charlie Kirk's death, when Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags at half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X, buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday, ending every Conservative debate call out I'd do in 2026 with "Don't dodge, bro." That's not what Charlie would have wanted. Do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are 10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over the past 20 years, the majority of it, the overwhelming majority of it, everybody gets mad because they keep asking Grok about it, has been conservative.
Who shot Charlie Kirk?
A guy from Utah who was raised in a Christian family, who was a 22-year-old white
described,
dude. He wasn't trans. He didn't have a trans girlfriend. He didn't have any trans influences. Right. He didn't have any trans bullets. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys were wrong on all of that.
To be clear, The governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, has made it clear that their investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just
I'm sorry, excuse me, when?
Yesterday, he said that.
No. When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college?
I don't know when he was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said
I do
is not
know
true.
the very reasonable
that's not
sounding governor of Utah has made it clear.
it's not true.
Now, if you don't know who this streamer is, I know who he is. I've watched a lot of them. And he is not a nice individual. YouTube him. Don't take my word for it. If you liked what he said here, this is literally how he talks on his Twitch stream all of the time.
Until conservatives have to say, hey, we all need to be less violent, there's no purpose in Democrats doing it, because every time Democrats disavow, you further entrench your guys' delusional beliefs that all the violence is coming on the left.
And whenever he has a Republican on his show, he gaslights, interrupts, meth talks. And if you don't know what meth talking is, it's a leftist strategy. They talk very quick and they bring up like 19 different subjects, so you can't answer one thing at one time. And then they ask you, well, what about? Well, what about? Well, what about? Well, what about? Without adding facts. Like right here, he said all the riots happened during Trump's first term, but he fails to mention that all these riots were left-wing riots. The George Floyd riots, the Kenosha riots after the shooting of Jacob Blake, Charlotte protests, all the above were all Black Lives Matter protests. And these weren't protests, they were riots. All these people wanted was excuses to go out and steal stuff and burn shit down. Now, if you want to really show a leftist what a fool they can be, just let them talk. Let them talk. We've seen it from a lot of people getting fired right now. And I've thought about that a lot. And yes, they do deserve to be fired for celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, right? But I also thought about it in this way. These people are not going to learn from their mistakes and their terrible language. Like I said earlier, a lot of these people are narcissists. They're going to blame people from the right for calling out their terrible behavior rather than taking responsibility for their actions. All right, continuing on to our last segment of the show. And a professor, he has a YouTube called SOC119. It's very interesting to watch what these students have to say. And here's some interesting opinions on what happens next after Charlie Kirk's death.
What are you most afraid might happen?
I think with the combination of possible retaliation and the lack of gun laws, wouldn't gun laws be better if there is a fear of retaliation from the left?
Yeah.
I think the problem with taking away or, putting any gun laws into play is you're going to create a black market for guns. There's already a black market. There's already ghost guns, and it's just going to be just like weed, just like cocaine, just like anything else that gets on the street.
All right. Okay, so hang on. I want you to go back. What is it, Layla? Okay, Layla, go back to. So that you made that point, but go back to the main question. What are you most afraid of?
I think I'm most afraid that America won't utilize Charlie Kirk's death in the correct way, and nothing will really be gained from it, and it'll take too long to put the pieces together of significance, meaning like, what was he talking about when he died? Who killed him? Was it a civilian or was it planned? Was it, the date, the location, things like that? It's going to take a little bit too long to dive into those things, which prolong the process of gun control and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen this argument a lot coming from the left. But let me remind you that further infringement on the Second Amendment wouldn't have stopped this. This kid hated Charlie Kirk, as we've seen the evidence of that, right? So what would further infringement have done? And let me remind you that this happened in a gun-free zone. So further infringement on the Second Amendment would have done nothing. And they always make this argument that it's about saving lives. It's all about infringing on your rights is about saving lives. But if you give them the same argument about auto fatalities, and that's way more than gun deaths in the United States, they say, well, that's different. And you got to come back with the argument, well, if it's about saving lives, how come we can't take away vehicles? Because when bad people get behind the wheel of vehicles and take someone's life, you don't talk about that. You don't want to say, take away all automobiles. No, it's only about your Second Amendment rights. These people have a one-track mind, and that's just infringing on your rights. That's all it is. It's not about saving lives. It's about taking away rights. Now let's see what else this woman is most terrified for.
Maybe you don't think about it.
Think about.
About things spiraling and
Oh,
getting out of
absolutely.
control.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
I think it's natural with any major thing, especially Charlie Kirk. He represented so much. So much. He said so much all the time. So his death means a lot to a lot of people in a lot of different ways, but I'm not sure really what I'm afraid of other than the meaning of it and the symbolism behind his death. I think another fear is maybe someone taking it upon themselves to handle his unfinished business, because I'm sure a lot of people that supported Charlie Kirk feel like, oh, he's gone too soon, he wasn't done, like the things he was pushing, you know, he was making change. Other people may feel the need to echo him or carry on the rhetoric he was pushing, and I don't think that's beneficial at all.
Now, when the professor said, "What are you most afraid of?" Are you afraid of this spiraling out of control? Are you afraid there's going to be a lot more going on, right? She's not afraid of civil war. She's delusional, obviously, first of all, because none of us know what's going to happen. You know, we don't know anything that's going to happen. I mean, yeah, very delusional. But what she's most afraid of is freedom of speech. That is very interesting to me, that this college student that is literally saying her opinion in front of all her peers without being attacked or belittled is afraid that somebody else with similar opinions to Charlie Kirk is going to pick up the mantle. And see, this is the reason why I've said in previous videos that right now is the time to boost Republican voices, because the ultimate goal for the left is to moderate our speech. They want to moderate and monitor people with Republican values. They want to reduce their speech and ultimately shut them up permanently. I mean, you've seen it a lot from the left. Think like me or don't think at all. Obviously, that's what this kid was thinking when he took Charlie Kirk out. Yeah, said everything that Charlie Kirk stood for was hateful when that was inherently not true. Now, I know someone's going to say it because I brought up the numbers, and I just wanted to talk about it before, but auto fatalities versus gun fatalities, right? Gun fatalities at this moment in time are more than auto fatalities, but if you take away unaliving yourself, that goes down to 19,428, which is 50% of auto fatalities. And you can argue, well, these people would have unalived themselves either way. It didn't matter the means. They had a mental health disorder where they felt like they did not want to be alive anymore. So just to clarify that. Now, if you've made it this far in the show and you found it entertaining, I wouldn't mind if you subscribe. I don't mind the support whatsoever. I'd really appreciate it. For my subscribers that have been here and my new ones, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For the rest of the day, I hope you really have a good day. I do. I really hope you have a good day. I hope no one tailgates you on the way home. I hope you eat well today, you sleep well tonight, and I just really wish that you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. For the rest of the day, though, get outside, do some PT, hydrate, and change your socks. I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, bye.
Violence fails.